I want you guys to really think about this. I'm probably going to spend a while harping on about Bethel because this has really been needing to happen for a long time. There's always been something shady about Bethel, and it's been one of the very few things that a lot of people in this town, whether they're right or left leaning, agree on is basically Buck Bethel because of all of their influence and their ability to, guide and have power in this town, but not have to contribute back to it. That's just fucked up. And the natives, like the Reading natives, and probably a lot of the American natives, are pretty fed up with Bethel's bullshit. So how is it that the largest, richest corporation slash company in town is never in the news for anything, right? Yeah, they have no problem writing stories about some tweaker that stole a bike, or someone who got in a fucking scooter accident, or someone who got thrown out of a board meeting because they didn't like hearing the N-word, right? There's all kinds of things they'll write stories for. This person gets a DUI. This person robbed a fucking Target. Just whatever. All these little things, and the comments are all filled with a bunch of dipshits that are like, throw them under the jail, because they don't know jack shit about the law, and they don't care about fucking justice or the Constitution or equal rights. But how is it, though, that my whole life, right? I'm 36 years old, and I've been in Shasta County basically that entire time, except for when I was in the military. And so I've been coming to Reading as a little kid. I grew up in Fall River, Bernie, MacArthur, Mound Mountain, Montgomery Creek, Big Bend, places like that. But I've always been in Reading, and then I officially moved to Reading early 2010s or something like that. And I've been here ever since. And all that time, you never see anyone connected to Bethel getting in trouble for anything. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make logical sense. I don't want to see people from Bethel getting in trouble. That's not the goal. It's the fact that we never see it, okay? And there's only a few things that can make that make sense. Again, the main one being their gigantic donations to local law enforcement every year or few years. Seems kind of like that's why, right? I mean, they don't pay taxes. Why is there just this humongous thing, this huge entity that has its little fingers and tentacles and everything? They get people elected, they have people all on city council, they don't have to pay taxes, and they never get in trouble for anything because they're able to pay large amounts of money to the cops and call it a donation. I thought a lot of people in Reading were really against corruption, okay? Because there's been just gigantic corruption in your faces this whole time. And here's how I know that Bethel plays shady. I think a lot of you remember back when I had the Bethel memes page, right? It was huge. It had 13,000 followers, and it was all memes about Bethel. And one day I woke up and that page was just gone. Facebook.com/Bethel memes. And you'd go to that link and it just says, this page does not exist. Yeah, nothing removed, nothing banned, nothing taken down, no temporary warnings, no nothing. They just dirty deleted the whole page. I wonder how that happened. Maybe because Bethel's influence was able to influence something at Facebook and then just delete the page of the guy that's exposing the most shit about them. Yeah, because that's not fucking possible. People really need to stick to this. Go check out the discussions in Reddit. Make more posts about it. Do your own research, right? Because Bethel just needs to go, right? Or at the very minimum, be fucking regulated and forced to contribute back to this community, and also not have immunity by paying off local law enforcement. That should not be a thing. That should just objectively not be a thing. They should not be above the law, and because of that, be allowed to get away with sexual misconduct within their church for years and years and years, right? And here's another thing too. A lot of these local dipshits love to scream about immigrants. Well, what does Bethel do? They bring in immigrants constantly, and no one's complaining about that. So yeah, I remember Sheriff Johnson drove all the way down to the border because he was upset about immigrants. Okay, well, we have immigrants here at home. Okay, Bethel is churning out immigrants consistently within Redding, California, and then giving them all of our citizens housing and everything, and making everything more expensive, and creating their own little spaces where they give discounts to their own people. Yeah. This is Redding, California, not fucking Bethel, California. Fuck their 7 Mountain mandate. It's bullshit. It's just selfish. They say that giving them money will get you into heaven. Are you stupid? Do you actually believe that? If you're someone who actually believes that, when this pastor comes out and says, I'm a prophet, and the reason I have this Maserati is because God gave it to me for being a prophet and leading the youth. And the youth is like, okay. And he's like, all right, let's go on a field trip. Come into the bathroom with me. Oh my God, it's the fucking devil in disguise. So, yeah, Buck Fethel, stop. Stop allowing them to fucking do what they've been doing to our home. Let them fucking relocate to somewhere else that puts up with that bullshit, because we need to stop putting up with that bullshit.